This channel is supported by my online fishing courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner, as well as my books, including my latest book, Fishing the Edge, Techniques and Tales from Surf, Boat, and Kayak. You can learn more about the books at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon. You know, as anglers, we're all impacted by weather, and if you boat or kayak fish, it's a safety thing. And wow, so what do we have? You know, we go by predictions, and they're not always right. And what can you do to try to get the best information? And yeah, you know, so here's the setting. All right, so here's a rip that I fish quite often. This is my boat. It's 16 feet 4 inches. Obviously, I need to pick my days. So if you look, you know, way out in the background, there's no wind here. This is pure tidal rip. So you can imagine what it's like if the wind is blowing against the current. I mean, you could get killed. So yeah, how do I avoid that? Well, I try to pick my days, right? And so, all right, so for years I've used Windfinder. Recently I've been using Windy. I just want to contrast the two. This is not a commercial. I'm not endorsing either one. Nobody's paying me to do any of this. But I just want to take a case study of a recent trip and show you how I evaluated and how things turned out. And yeah, I mean, there's great fishing here, but boy, you really got to be careful. Now, these clips here are from a previous trip, but we're going to do a new trip here, and but first we have to figure out the weather to see if I'm even going to go. And spoiler alert, yeah, I'm going, and the fishing's going to be great. All right, here's the deal. Anybody who fishes, especially boating, kayaking, any of that where you're on the water, you got to be really concerned about winds and everything. And I could go out of my mind trying to you know, plan for a trip sometimes. All right, so look, the trip for this video, this is a very, very well-known place. This is called Plum Gut. It's between Orient Point, Plum Island, eastern North Fork of Long Island, and it's like tremendous tide rips that form in here. So you have to be, I have a 16-foot 4-inch aluminum boat. It's deep, it's wide, it's a great boat, but I have to be careful here because when you've got water rushing in at 4 knots, which is what it does, and you've got waves building up across, this is Long Island Sound, from being pushed by the wind, bad situation. So yeah, so what do? So I've been using Windfinder for a long time. We'll take a look at that in a second, but recently I subscribed to the premium version of Windy. And, you know, so it's interesting, you know, I'm looking at a trip that I'm thinking about doing. It's actually the day after I'm recording this. And if you look here, I've got it lined up. 6 a.m. is when I want to start. But now, you know, I'm looking at the winds, and it's in miles per hour, and it's generally, roughly it's in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range. Well, I've got to tell you, if it's 10 to 15 coming from this direction with the water rushing in, that's not good. I'm not going. I'm not going to do that. However, now, let's take a look at Windfinder. What does Windfinder show for the exact same period in the same place? Let me make sure I've got, yeah, all right, Plum Gut Harbor, so that's Orient Point, basically. But, you know, there's like no wind. You know, this is beautiful. I look only at this forecast. Wow, you know, this is a slam dunk. I'm going. And another part about Windfinder is that's the super forecast. That's the one they say to use if it's available, because it only goes out a couple of days. If I look at the forecast, you know what, they're in agreement. Now, Windfinder says these use different models, but we've got good agreement here, you know, light winds through that period. But now let's go back to Windy. Well, hey, this is different. So this is, for me, a no-go. Windy's a go. Oops, I misspoke there. Windfinder, go. Windy, no-go. Huh. What do you do? Okay, so one other point here is Windy, for mine, defaulted to this model. Now, if I go to this GFS model, which is NOAA, and this is what, this is the same one apparently that Windfinder uses from reading their documentation. Oh, well, there you go, right? You know, look at these numbers now. Look, the nice and blue and calm and low numbers. So yeah, so you can see even on Windy, which you probably want to do, is click through all these other models. There's another nice calm one. You know what? All right, this one's a little windier, but still not bad. But again, you know, the default is a go, and the NOAA forecast, I'm sorry, the default is a no-go. The NOAA forecast is a go. So Yeah. Anyway, just a point about different sources of weather, and I do like this premium Windy only because I can get the 1 hour resolution. I can get the different models, but yeah, it's not an easy thing. Windy generally, so far I've had it for maybe 2 weeks now. It's been very good using the default model as compared to Windfinder. So anyway, well, we'll see. If this is a fishing video, this means I went, and I'll talk some more about it. Okay, this is the morning of the potential trip, 5:14 a.m., right below the Go Fishing sign. Those are the hours that I'm looking at. Default Windy still has winds roughly 9 to 14 miles an hour. Hey, if it's my boat, I don't want to do that. But look at Windfinder, same hours. Again, this is at the same time, 5:14 a.m., and it's a clear shot. Now, as luck would have it, I asked Jonathan if he wanted to go with me, and he said, hey, let's take my boat, and we'll go out with the other guys. And so it wasn't going to matter weather-wise, because this is a 34-foot CV, and it's going to handle it just fine. But, hey, we're going to get to see what the conditions really turned out to be like. Like, who's right here, at least at the start. You know, who made the call the right way? Was it Windy or was it Windfinder? And we're just getting set up here, and once I start looking around, I think you can already see, the darker blue there, those are tidal rips. If you look off in the distance, it's pretty glassy. Yeah, there's a much better look. Yep, it's calm. Windfinder nailed it, or that the GFS model of Windy had it right. The default model of Windy had it absolutely wrong. Even right before the trip, it's beautiful out here. So, all right, well, we'll talk more about this. In fact, we're going to go back and look at the forecast after this trip and see. But let's go catch some fish. But hey, I'd love to hear what other people use and what their impressions are. There we go.
John's in already.
Ah, dropped him. A spoon I'm using.
Oh, you're using the spoon. That's where the bow thruster comes in.
Yeah.
Better with the fish.
All right, so I'm starting with a Tsunami Heavy flutter spoon, 6-ounce model. Hey, I got 3 other guys on the boat. First of all, it's Jonathan, Sean, who I've known for a very long time, and Rick. My viewers will recognize him. And they're all fine bucktailers. I'm going to try and use everything but a bucktail because I get a chance to do some other things here. So, all right, we'll see what the spoon does. And I'll have links to all of the gear in the video description. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. There, come on, stay on you.
John's in. Remember the other day it didn't work?
I'm having trouble finding bottom, actually.
Oh.
It's a tough lure to use.
Yeah.
It's not a big fish either. Look at that. Come on off, baby.
I should have brought my spoons with me.
I have tons of spoons. Anybody wants to use spoons, you let me know. All right, this is something two people have suggested to me, and we'll see.
Away with a spoon.
Yep, took the trebles off. Yeah. Yeah, 2 people had suggested that to me, 3-weighing the spoon, and to use the regular spoon, not the heavy. I even took the treble off, which I found quite attractive. And he said, assist hooks both ends. And on the second, I did it for 2 drifts. The second drift, I shortened up on the sinker dropper. Didn't matter, didn't get a hit. My reasoning was on the first drift, I hooked 2 fish on the regular spoon. Whatever reason this didn't work out doesn't mean it's not a good technique. It just didn't work out for me, these 2 drifts, so I'm back to just a spoon. And like I said, with 3 other good fishermen on the boat, this is just a great time to try some different things.
If I can work this thing, you know, they'll hit it.
There you go.
It's just hard to, you know. As soon as I clunk bottom, picked it up. Yeah, you would think you could get some better fish with this. Yeah, look at the big one with him. Look at the 3 big bass there. Look at this. This is the difference with a spoon, you know?
They came up with it?
Yeah, there were 2 big ones with him.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah. That's why I put the spoon on.
Nice fish. Wow. Beauty. This big bucktails right
I guess it does work.
there. There you go. There's another slot, so that's good. That's our slots for tonight.
I'll get him. He's. Oh, no problem. I have plenty. Yeah.
So what's, does it really wobble? I mean, that thing's big. I would think
That's
your rod
not
would
even.
be like,
Yeah.
I think
No,
your
it's
rod
fine.
would be like,
No.
no,
It-
it doesn't.
the trick is to get it to the bottom. That's the hard part, and to feel bottom, because it's just what happens is when you're letting it down, you gotta like thumb the spool to try to get it to slice. But then sometimes it starts with this, and you can't tell if it's bottom or it's doing this, going down. Yeah, and then or what happens then if you think it did this and it was bottom, well then you miss bottom and the line keeps going. So that's what happened on that trip. And then I got it off the bottom. I made like 1 clump, picked it up, and then bam, it hit it. Yeah. But I got plenty of spoons here. I mean, there's. All right, I'll give it a whirl.
Okay, Sharon's rigged up with a spoon now. It's simple rigging, about 40 inches of 80-pound test leader, fluoro or mono to the spoon. And we're fishing 100 to about 45 feet of water.
I should get one here. I feel like I'm in the right piece of the water here.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a good fish. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I got wrapped on that, huh? There we go. Oh, man. I got a nice one on. Oh, yeah, it's a really good one. Another spoonfish here.
Don't worry, we can go.
Are you sure? Because, you know, this isn't my boat, so we... Oh, this could be a big one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
I
have
had a nice one too. I just spit it right in this back spot.
Yeah, if he's not fouled, which I don't think he is, this is going to be a good fish. Sometimes you foul them with these damn things, oh, that's the problem. But it doesn't give me that indication. Usually when you foul them, they scope out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this guy's gonna end up being fouled.
We got a transfer.
A legit hook fish would have come up by now. I was gonna say, don't turn those props. Use your, you know, now he's going under the boat. You ought to see him soon, though. I think he's going to be like in the back. He's going to be hooked in the back or something. Yeah.
That's a weird little.
Look at that pole. These poles don't think
Those things. That's a feature of the spoon that jiggle.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what that is?
that's a spoon thing. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way this is. If this is going to be, you know, this is either a foul hook fish or a 40-pounder. I doubt he's going to be a 40-pounder. See?
Oh, yeah.
They go for it and they miss it. And
You want me to grab it, Tim?
sure, yeah, yeah. Just grab the spoon. Yeah, that's it. Okay, back he goes. Yeah, thanks.
Alright. The key to this whole thing is to touch it, get bottom.
Hey,
and
make
touch-
sure your hook protectors are off.
Yeah, we did it.
Well, I mean,
I
yeah,
know my eyesight's bad.
yeah, no.
But most important is just get bottom. That's what it is, pretty much.
Yeah, again, thumb that spool on the way down to try to get it to slice, and yeah, if you can just feel that initial
then you
bottom
just-
up, and I think I follow it a little bit down so that it doesn't just free
So
fall.
it's just
Zoom, zoom,
So it's not
you know,
a
good, big, nice sweep. You know, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, it's the one thing I don't like about the spoon is the treble, and I've tried replacing the treble with a large single and just can't seem to catch on that. Maybe assist hooks are the way to go. I don't know. I'll take suggestions.
Lock's really hard to get used to those.
It's horrible.
It's like
Yeah,
lost.
yeah. I was lost most of this drop.
58.
Finally getting the bottom clunks. I just got to get it down there and they're going to eat it, you know. This is a much smaller one though. Yeah. Amazing these little guys hit the spoon. Yeah, see, I missed bottom and let out too much line.
54.
Oh, he got off. That's right.
So one thing I've noticed is just the way these are fished, the way I fish them anyway, the hook points can get beat up sometimes. So I keep a file handy and keep those things sharp. Good habit for any fishing.
There you go, Sean. There you go. Nice feeling, huh?
73. Oh, Rick, you broke it? Yeah.
So Rick broke his rig swinging a fish over the side. Sean actually just he had a fish on and lost him.
70. Spinning.
Yeah.
Get that fish in?
I'm gonna go ahead of you.
Yeah, it's a good fish.
There we go.
Right in the back here, 58 feet. I can't do anything about the boat.
Sean, I'm coming up by you with this guy on here. If he's not, okay, good. All right. I could fit two of my boats in this boat. This guy will be legit hooked. Came up like what they do.
Oh man.
You whacked it, huh?
Above the bottom.
Well, you know, I think there's a little tolerance for that too. These are such big targets.
Oh, now I understand. That's blood that you bump.
Right. It's like sometimes the bass feel like bluefish because you feel it, and it's the spoon actually. Oh, yeah, good one.
Yeah. Come back here.
Yep.
I got it.
Yep. Yeah, you just grab the spoon. Yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. Nice, well done. No. Yeah.
We in?
What happened, Sean?
No, I got it. We just used a little guy.
Okay. All right, you hooked 2 on that drift. That's great.
On the spoon.
Yeah. Is anybody 3-way bucktailing?
Should look at me scoping.
Yeah.
What? I have I'm scoping pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is I think next drift I'm gonna just go to that because this is really getting out there. And, you know, I've only had one drift where I didn't at least hook up with this, but it's getting too far.
Yeah, you heard that discussion. Yeah, you got a little bit of a breeze now. Nothing like the wind that Windy had predicted, but it's holding up the drift. It's causing some scoping. This is the full moon. This is the day of the full moon. So it's ripping current speeds back here around 3.7 miles an hour. So yeah, I'm going to lay off the spoon for a bit, and I've got a 6-ounce bucktail down.
Fished out of it, you know? I'll help you with yours after I get mine.
Not if your knots are any good.
Hold on there. Wow, he impaled us.
What about you, Sean? We all caught fish over here.
All in. Johnson.
Oh, here's some waves. Hold on, boys. This is not a 16-foot grumman, you know. You got to steady yourself.
Bring it in. Yeah. Come on, you just got to keep fishing. But I will.
All right, even the 6-ounce bucktail scoping out a bit, so I've gone to a 3-way with a 10-ounce cannonball.
Fish it down there, though. Sean's on.
Big one, Sean? I asked him if it was a big one. I couldn't hear him.
Wow, it's a nice We had a tag fish last time. We couldn't even see it, right? Tag?
There we go. 118.
Wow, 117.
Yeah, they're moving in front.
We're moving up.
Are you 3-way in, Sean? Oh, you 3-way? Yeah, me too. So, you know, we're nailed down there.
I'm up and down.
Are you? Oh, look at this. He spit up. It looks like a little ling. Yeah. Little whiting.
I love those sinkers.
There we go.
Very good.
Yeah, so we got a couple fish before getting to 100. Yeah.
Probably go back down.
So one other thing I tried was a big rubber shad, like 7 inches, on a 6-ounce head, and it looked great. No takers. Just tried it for one drift, though. Yeah, I mentioned, being able to experiment because there's 3 other people on the boat, but the other thing is I have the time each time we run up to make a drift that I can, change my rig. This is the 9th time I've fished this body of water this spring, but the other 8 times I was on the wheel on my boat, so had less time to mess around. So this is really enjoyable for me.
Pretty.
Slack.
No, it's actually slack at 11, but you can't catch them forever,
Look at that. He has a fish, and so do I.
Hey, I'm gonna just, if I can keep them from going more. There we go. All right, now I got them. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, the advantage of the crushed barbs, they'll shake off like that. And as long as you keep a bend in the rod with the fish on, you're not going to lose them because of the crushed barbs.
Now, a guy next to us there is hooked up. I'm trying to see who's hooked up, I see a fish there, a fish there, a fish there.
Got a sea fish over there?
That guy, that guy, that guy. This guy.
Bucktail on it?
Yeah, on a 3-way. Oh, thank you. Ah. I got him. How deep is this? Yeah, how deep? How deep?
150 feet. Going down. That was weight. Yep. That's why I fish up. Get that strong swing. That strong.
West. No. I doubt it. I've got the 3-way on, so I was down there.
Big ass fish. Yeah. Expect that.
Oh, he's spitting up all kinds of stuff there.
Got 122 drifting 2 knots.
150 feet, huh? That's a deep one.
Like the deck. Set up. I have 30-pound weight on this pole. That little bucktail he's got on there is pretty good.
Yeah, this is still that same drift where I had to fish up in 150 feet. Yeah, starting up that far with the current slow, and had time to get back down and get a second fish on this drift. So yeah, we just got a couple more after this. So yeah, this was a lot of fun, and yeah, certainly I'd be interested to hear what other people use for weather and what their impressions are. Because it was such a conflicting, and hey, we're going to take a look. Let's do that. Let's go take a look at what the weather forecast is when I get home from this trip. Okay, so now it's 11:30 a.m. I'm home, and if we look at the forecast right under the fishing sign there, the default windy, no change. They predicted 9 to 14 miles an hour. The GFS forecast on windy, right on the money. And yeah, as it had been all along, Windfinder had it nailed. There was hardly any wind, so I guess it pays to look at multiple models and try to find a consensus. All right, thanks to Jonathan for getting me out on his boat. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Check out my online courses at saltstrong.com/Skinner. And don't forget my books, including my latest book, Fishing the Edge, Techniques and Tales from Surfboat and Kayak, available at johnskinnerfishing.com and on Amazon.